This instructional video will cover factors and multiples. When we factor a number, we are breaking up a number into two numbers that can be multiplied together to reach the original number. Multiples are numbers that result when we multiply one whole number by another whole number. We will be exploring some examples of factors and multiples and how they relate to each other. Let's factor the number 12. I want to think of two numbers that I can multiply together to get to the number 12. If I'm using tiles to visualize this, I know that I could arrange tiles in one row of 12. This means that 1 times 12 equals 12. This also means that I could arrange the tiles in 12 rows of 1. Knowing that I could arrange the tiles in 12 rows of 1 or 1 row of 12, I know that 1 and 12 are both factors of 12. 1 and 12 are what we call factor pairs because each factor needs a matching pair to multiply with to equal the target number. I could also arrange the tiles in 6 rows of 2 or 2 rows of 6. Therefore, 2 and 6 are factors of 12 and 2 and 6 are factor pairs of 12. Lastly, I can also arrange the tiles in 3 rows of 4 or 4 rows of 3. 3 and 4 are factors of 12 and 3 and 4 are factor pairs of the number 12. Moving on from tiles, we can do what's called a factor rainbow. We know that 1 and itself is always a factor. So 1 and 12 are factors of the number 12. Since the number 12 is an even number, we know that 2 is a factor, and the pair that goes with 2 is 6. Lastly, 3 and 4 are factor pairs of the number 12. If the factors are written in order, we write them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Looking at the number 12, it has 3 factor pairs, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4, meaning if I multiply the factor pairs together, we will reach the target number. Since the number 12 has more than one factor pair, it is called a composite number. Composite numbers are numbers that have more than one factor pair. Looking at the number 17, I know that the only two numbers I can multiply together to reach 17 is 1 times 17. Since there's only one factor pair for the number 17, it is a prime number. A prime number is a number that has only one factor pair, which is 1 and itself. Is 1 a prime number or a composite number? Well, by definition, a factor pair is two numbers that, when multiplied together, reach a target number. When the number 1 is factored, the only two numbers that multiply together to equal 1 are 1 times 1. A prime number is a number that has two factors, 1 and itself. Since the factors for the number 1 are the same number, 1 times 1, the number 1 is neither prime nor composite. Multiples are numbers that result when we multiply one whole number by another whole number. The first 4 multiples of the number 8 are 0, 8, 16, and 24. The reason for this is if we multiply 8 times 0, we get 0. So 0 is a multiple of 8. 8 times 1 is 8. So 8 is a multiple of 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So 16 is a multiple of 8. And 8 times 3 is 24. So 24 is a multiple of 8. We can never list all of the multiples of a number. In our example, 8 could be multiplied by an infinite number of numbers to find new multiples.